Hey guys, what's going on? It's New Jack Yak ROB. Before we even begin, I need you guys to come on, help a brother out. Hit that subscribe button right here. Make sure you hit the notification so you get the next video of how I got the Yamaha F20. It's a 2006. Check this link up here so you can get all caught up. Okay guys, so as you know, last year, 2020, it was a hard year. It was a tough year. It was tough for a lot of things. But when it came to getting things from overseas into the States, it was even tougher than what I thought it would be. So I was trying to actually acquire Tahutsu. Did I say it right? Tahutsu or Tahatsu? 15, a F15 outboard engine for my inflatable boat. Make sure you subscribe so you can see how I'm putting that thing together. But it was virtually impossible. Could not find the motor. Now let me backtrack. I did find the motor, but I waited too long before I pulled the trigger. See, I was looking for a motor roughly around January before the pandemic. But once the pandemic hit, everything was shut down. So I went to a few dealers. I went to a local dealer over here. He wanted me to put down $1,000, but not telling me when I was going to get the motor. I don't like to forego my opportunity cost. So anyway, moving right along, I decided to take a route that I really didn't want to take because I have no experience with the motor, and that was to go into the pre-owned marketplace. Yeah, find somebody else's motor that they didn't want, didn't use. And I don't like to use the word used because it just sounds just like that, abuse. But I got lucky. So I went to the Facebook marketplace. I started searching around and a 15 horsepower came up. Now remember, I was looking for a Tahatsu, but this was a Yamaha. But for me to actually go see this motor, it was going to take me 2 hours. 2 hours of travel time from where I'm at right now to get there, which is not a problem. I would have to travel to New Haven, Connecticut. I'm in Westchester County. And I didn't want to go by myself, so I had to check out with my son. I wanted to make an appointment with him or see if he can go with me, which it was cool. He said yes. So when I went back to the site, it was sold, just like that, like within like 10 minutes, sold. So with no despair, I figured there was a big market for the used motors. So I went back, and this one right here, make sure you check that link so you know what I'm talking about. That one had my name written all over it. It was 15 minutes away from me. And it was 20 horsepower. So this is a 20 horsepower. Now the 15, the guy was asking 19, close to $2,000 for 15. So I already had a price in my head what I can probably offer this gentleman for his 20 horsepower. Now this is where it gets interesting. So I called the contact. You know, you have to text him, you don't call him. He gave me his telephone number, so we dialogued over the phone. He immediately told me somebody was coming that day to pick up the motor by a certain time. So I immediately told him, well, you know, if it doesn't happen, keep me posted. And he said yes. So time went on, the rest of the day, he called back, he said the guy never came. So I immediately said, I'll be up there the next day. So I called back, make the appointment, find out the gentleman that I was talking to was actually selling it for a friend. So I go to the friend house, the actual owner. I meet up with him. And once again, this is where it gets interesting. And keep in mind, I brought this motor, I want to let you know, I brought this motor without seeing it run. Go ahead, leave the comments. I know you're going to say, why did you buy the motor? You didn't see it run. Check this link right here. Check the link that I put up there. So I didn't see it run. So I meet the gentleman. And the way I do business, I like to get a feel for who I'm doing business with. You know, I like to feel the energy. I like to see their body language. And we did all that. So I asked, can I see the motor run? He said he couldn't. He had no muffs. There's no way to do it. He had no experience with the motor neither. So it's like the blind here leading the blind. So we came to the meeting of the mind. So came down, he asked me what did I want to offer him. So remember, I had a price in my head. Now I was going to go very low. But I don't go low where I'm going to insult anybody. So since that 15 was 19, I figured I'm going to offer him 17 and a half. So I said, okay, you know, how about 17 and a half? This is what he said. He came back. He said, you know what, let's do 17 even. Guys, he gave me a $500 credit. A $500 credit. Who does that in a negotiation proceeding, let's say? Then I got to thinking, I'm saying, well, maybe something's really wrong with this motor. He's coming down. He just want to get rid of it. So, you know, I said, you know, that offer is very nice. You know, I mean, $500 off the offering price that I offered you. But I still need to see it run. Now, keep in mind, I want to let you know, this is November 2nd, 2020. It's cold. I'm not trying to try out any motor, any water, in the cold. It's not going to happen. It's going to freeze. It's just not going to happen for me. And I let him know that. He said, you know what? So he gestures to me to come over to his car. He takes out his business letterhead, writes me a guarantee. Once again, who does that? Who does that? That's why I said this motor had my name all over it. So he writes me a guarantee, says the motor, and puts that the motor runs well, blah, 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 and signs it. Now if I have an issue with it, if I have to go to smallest claim court, well, I have his signature, give me his word. And if your word ain't worth nothing, then what is it worth? So on that note alone, I brought the motor. And what really did it, he says it only has 20 miles, I'm sorry, I always say 20 miles. It only has 20 hours on it, and he only used it as a tender for transportation. So I asked him, what do you mean, transportation? He said, well, he only used it to get his dog and himself from the boat to go use the restroom and back. So the 20 hours kind of made sense to me. You're not using this, it's not like a car, it's not like an everyday recreational vehicle. So it's only being used periodically. And so it made sense. So with that said, I thought about it and I made the deal. And he said, you know, if there's anything that's wrong with the motor, because I let him know I wouldn't be messing with the motor till like right about now, season time. He said, just let him know. Just let him know. So that's how I got this motor, man. It had my name all over it. As you saw in the video, it does run. It runs well. I just got to give the carburetor a bath, and he did tell me something about I will have to tune up the idle, which I didn't know he was talking about. I thought like a car, you know, in a car you just turn a few screws and all. But after watching all you guys' video, all you got to do is just blow it out with some cleaning solution and you should be good to go. And that's going to be my next video. Hey guys, man, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for finding the channel on the water, on the land. And check the next video. Don't forget, guys, please subscribe right here. It doesn't take a long time to subscribe. Let's get the numbers up. I got a lot of nice things coming this summer and from this point on. And we got a whole history to work on with this inflatable boat. I'll see you on the next video.